I think both teams were maybe looking forward to this game.
All right, let's say who's in goal. Papaleo versus Sobieski. McKenzie on defense with John O'Hara, Dave Hogg, and Earhart Cap. And Paul Child up front. Cleveland, though, has the ball. Peter Miller plays it back for Sobieski. Miller's joined on defense by Benny Dargel up front. Furphy with Allen and Drew Ferguson. Pittsburgh gets the ball back. Hagen into the offensive zone, right wing. Cuts toward the middle, near the box. The shot blocked in front by Peter Miller. Save the goal. Hagen battling along the near boards. Dargel wins that battle. McKenzie into pinch along the boards. And the foul is called on Dave McKenzie. But I think Peter Miller saved the score.
He certainly did, and he read that game very well. He was marking Paul Child, but then as Hagen approached, he came in and saved it from the goal line.
Here comes Dargel over the midfield line. The pass to Craig Allen, who's having a sensational year. 51 points on the year. Craig Allen marked by John O'Hara. Some tight marking. Everybody has a man. Furphy near the red line of Pittsburgh. Keith Furphy pushing it into Allen. O'Hara on him. Now Allen shakes loose. Wants Furphy. He was open. Defensive mistake back there, and now Earhart Cap picks it off. Pittsburgh got a good break there because Furphy, the last guy you'd want to have wide open, was there in the box.
Well, it was great that Dave Hogg had come back to help out because he eventually wound up intercepting the ball, which saved Pittsburgh from an embarrassing situation.
Did Cleveland do anything with a pick there, or how did they get him open?
Well, they used a target man. They played it into Allen, he turned around, and then they overlapped.
I couldn't imagine he was that far open. Here's McKenzie coming back the other way in a scoreless tie. 13:40 to go opening quarter. Earhart Cap, 40-foot cannon, he scores! Earhart Cap, 1-0 Pittsburgh!
And the Cleveland defense totally stunned, never anticipating that. I don't think anyone expected a shot from that distance. Earhart Cap with a great left-footed volley in the upper left-hand corner. Chris Sobieski just stood there and
not watching. They never expected it. The defense never moved. You have bodies just standing there. And I think Paul Child, as we get to see it luckily here on the replay screen, Sobieski from this angle.
Sobieski did not even move. Of course, the ball was well placed in the upper left-hand corner. Sobieski didn't have any chance, but Pittsburgh's on top 1-0.
New unit for Pittsburgh. The Polish connection plus Kevin Moore. Adam Topolsky defends along with Kevin. This is Brett Hall, acquired from Phoenix in the trade for Charlie Green, back to Bernie James, last year's top defender in the MISL, to Haskeby, blocked by Greg Ostalchik. Ball played back to Brett Hall, and he'll bring it all the way back towards Sobieski, and he'll start back himself. It's 1-0, the goal by Earhart Cap, his third goal of the season from Dave McKenzie, and what a big goal that looks like for Earhart Cap. At least it looks good for now. Marr almost intercepting, but now make it caught. Nanchoff, Louis running after. He and his brother on this team, and Sibbies, and he had a collision. They called it as an offensive foul, and back comes Pittsburgh quickly. Z Cap over midfield. Brings it into the offensive zone, goes wide to the right wing side. The big Z shooting off the boards. He wanted Sibbies. That was a great attempt. It comes out to the right point. Topolsky 70 feet out to Ostalchik. Played back the other way to the Spirit red line where Papaleo stands. Joe Papaleo in the Spirit leading 1-0. 12:33 left opening quarter from a very emotional Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
And Cleveland in a tight man-to-man defense right now, trying to pick up Pittsburgh at midfield.
Ostalchik laying it off to Kevin Marr on the left wing side. Marr lays it back to Ostalchik. Open man on the right wing. It's Topolsky, but the pass just off the mark. Here comes Louis Nanchoff. Wants his brother George. Marr back quickly to defend. George Nanchoff pulls it back inside. Nobody could collect it. That's his brother Louis along the near boards. Watched there by Topolsky. Played into the box. They don't want George to turn. They give it to Bernie James. His shot off the boards is wide. Haskeby picks it up, cranks it into the seats and out of play. We're back live in the Spirit lead over Cleveland 1-0. I'm John Paul Della Camera along with Bruno Schwartz, and the place is jumping tonight at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. This crowd came to see the top two teams in the league, and it sure didn't bother the fans here to see Pittsburgh score 124 of the game. Earhart Cap's third of the year from Dave McKenzie, and now Mack with a header from the midfield line to the onrushing Dave Hagen. He's boarded. And it's going to take a while, but Mr. Templin, the 1.6 percentage is their efficiency. They've scored 18 times in 57 attempts. That's 309, by the way, and that penalty, not 319, as I mathematically erred. Here's John O'Hara with it. O'Hara pushing it to Ian Sibbies. He's crunched from behind by Haskeby. Gets it out to O'Hara, now to Hagen. Hagen and Child, key players out there on this man advantage. In for Sibbies. He's chopped down by Haskeby. Play on, says the official, Marty Templin, along with Herb Silva. Here's Sibbies taking it away with help from McKenzie. And the right wing boards for Child broken up. Child bothered by a very swollen left ankle. It was really swelled up. Here's O'Hara. Johnny shooting from way out. Blocked by Cleveland. Haskavy gets it to Brett Hall. On the left wing boards for Haskavy. Broken up by Sivvy's coming back. And now Dave Hagen will turn things back. He's got Sivvy's free on the right. Hagen cuts that way. Now lays it out for Ian. Played back to McKenzie. 50 feet out. Mack back to Sivvy's along the far boards. Ian holding it. Back to McKenzie. O'Hara standing 70 feet away. McKenzie draws some attention. Plays it to Sivvy's in the corner. Back to McKenzie. 1-on-1 left in the power play. Mack reverses it well, but Hagen can't control. Now back out to O'Hara from 60 feet out. Dead center. Back to Dave Hagen. Hagen holding it. Fakes the shot, still with it, pushes it in the box. Child wants to turn, gives it to McKenzie. A 30-footer, hit off the goalpost. That one just came very close to making it a 2-0 Spirit lead. McKenzie back right side to Sibbies. To O'Hara, 40 feet away. For Hagen in tight, shoots it off the boards, headed into the air. Bernie James heads it back. Now Sibbies heads it all the way out to O'Hara. What a game so far this has been. Here's Hagen now cutting toward the box. Cuts it back, great move. Flicks it inside, broken up, back out to McKenzie, 35 feet out, a shot, score! 2-0 Pittsburgh on a power play.
5 feet out, and he faked a little bit to the right. Heskey went with them, and that enabled the opening for Dave McKenzie to shoot. It was an overspin on the ball. Chris Sobieski watching as the ball went into the far side. Pittsburgh scores for the second goal of the evening.
Again, there was some congestion in front. Now, in both of those goals, Pittsburgh, I think, has done a good job. They may not be getting credit, except from us up here, but they're
to the boards, and that caught Huskeby to go with them a little bit. McKenzie got open and just fired away to the far post.
All right, back in the live action. Cleveland moving the ball up. They trail 2-0. That goal at 4:50. McKenzie's 11th from Hagen on a power play. Here's Zeke Kapka turning it back the other way. Kapka lays it off for Kevin Marr. 2-0. Pittsburgh leading, 9:50 left opening quarter. Kevin Marr plays it back to his keeper, Joe Papaleo. Watched by George Nanchoff on the near side for Kevin Marr. For Ostalchik, the give and go off the boards. Marr pushing it ahead to Sibbies. Try to lay it off. It's deflected. Marr may run onto it. Now it's kicked away to Sobieski, who bangs it out of play.
And Cleveland are just a little bit disorganized yet.
Ostalchik on the free kick, and you know what can happen on those set plays right in the box. But it was deflected out, intended for Kapka. Long shot from way out high. Way up over Sobieski. Chris still reacted for it. I think he's been a little bit shaken up, Bruno, maybe by those 2 goals, because that ball was way up.
Well, you remember we said you want to get on top early here. If you put some pressure on Chris Sobieski early, he may be a little bit nervous, and this is what Pittsburgh is doing. And if you notice, Pittsburgh is starting to shoot from the outside. Chris Sobieski's not ready for that.
Here's a Kapka steal. What a collision there. He and Bernie James go down. Now Ostalchik up for Sibbies. Ian, 40 feet out, lays it off along the near boards to Topolsky. His shot is blocked. Kapka to Adam. Sobieski with a save. It comes out for Sibbies. Cuts on the ball, broken up. Oh, what a great passing attempt. But it was read well by Cleveland and cleared downfield. Sibbies is taking a physical pounding, Bruno. So far tonight, they're not calling the penalties on him. He's been leveled at least 3 times without a call against him. Here's Ostalchik. Back in the attack. They're giving him too much room. Greg cuts inside. A shot save. Sobieski, the best save of the game thus far. Topolsky. Boy, you could see that coming. You can't give Ostalchik that kind of room.
That's right, and what saved Chris Sobieski, he came off the line about 4 yards and cut the angle, was able to get a hand on it.
He had to read that one, or he was a dead duck. Here's Topolsky leading in for Kapka. For Greg Ostalchik. Right point area to Kevin Marr. Gives it in for Sibbies. Ian pressured. Now they're going to call a foul.
Ian received the ball with his back to the goal. He was bumped from behind. That's illegal. Direct call or direct kick for Pittsburgh.
Topolsky lays it off for Kapka. The shot save. Sobieski, another one right through. Wide. Ostalchik battling for it. It's all Pittsburgh in the opening 6 or 7 minutes here as Louis Nanchoff comes back for the force over the midfield line. Looking to counterattack quickly. Louis Nanchoff, great cut inside, but then he was intercepted by Kevin Marr. Hoskeby was wide open. He'll be upset. Long ball the other way, and it was a whistle.
It takes them a while to get going. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, looking very sharp so far.
Here's Keith Furphy, cutting inside, right wing area. Gets around a couple of players. Brings it in real deep. Papaleo smothers that right with Furphy's right foot on the doorstep. Long toss upfield for Child. Hits Paul at the red line of Cleveland. Child needs some help, waits for it to come. Lays it off for John O'Hara, who's now joined by McKenzie, Earhart, Kapka's still out there, wanting to change but can't get off. Here's the big Z along the near boards. Kapka, very steady player, maybe Pittsburgh's steadiest all season. He and Child have played in every Spirit game, the only 2 to have done that. And now the ball is taken away by Furphy. Up over his own red line. At the midfield line, he runs into problems named McKenzie and O'Hara. Now Furphy will get it back, though, on the feed from Child. Lead pass on the counterattack. McKenzie intercepts. They had Drew Ferguson about 10 feet open in the offensive end.
A great anticipation by McKenzie in cutting off that ball.
McKenzie in for Child. Off a deflection out for Hagen. Great move, though, by Cleveland to set up a quick counterattack, which could have been devastating. Here's O'Hara with a 2-0 Spirit lead. Right side boards to Cap. Played to Child. Now back out neutral zone to O'Hara. Right side to Dave McKenzie. Mack gives it up to Earhart. Cap coming inside the line for Child to give and go. Earhart running into it. A shot is stopped by Sobieski. Great setup, though, and I think Cleveland defensively, Bruno, is letting Pittsburgh run too much.
Well, you're right, John Paul, and that was a good give and go, though. Of course, that's a bread and butter play in soccer. Very difficult to stop, and Cap and Child worked it to perfection there.
A lot of motion off the ball, and Cleveland's not following those players. Here's O'Hara intercepting. This could be a big break for Pittsburgh. 4-on-2. O'Hara turns it into the offensive zone. Trying to pass left wing, can't do it. He still retains possession. Shoots, blocked, another drive, and that one goes up. Dave McKenzie with his 11th. The Sobieski kicks it upfield. Knocked down, and now Paul Child will get it on the near side to Earhart. Cap. Paul Child is playing, and his left ankle has to be at least double the size of his right one. He's playing with some pain, but he's a trooper. He's out there. Hustler. Earhart Cap breaks up the play. That's what he's out there for. And he scored that goal. That was obviously a benefit, but he's great at breaking things up. Now Furphy looks for the ball, but Ferguson will get it for Cleveland. Plays it in for Craig Allen. Marr all over him. Now Peter Miller plays it back into Allen. He's double teamed, draws the crowd there. Allen pushed along the near boards, draws the foul on Kevin Marr. And there's a set play coming up. Cleveland very good at set plays. Extremely dangerous, especially when Hoskeby's on the ball. He's not here. Furphy out to Dargle, and he shoots it up into the crowd. Live at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. It's a 2-0 Spirit lead. John Paul Della Camera with Bruno Schwartz goes by Cap and McKenzie for the Spirit. And it's been all Pittsburgh for the opening almost 10 minutes here.
Even statistics-wise, Pittsburgh has 7 shots. Cleveland has yet to register an actual shot on goal.
This game has me so excited I never even looked at that shot clock. But you're right, I don't recall Papaleo having to make a save. On the one on Furphy, but not so much. He kind of took that one off the boards and off Keith's foot as opposed to a shot. Back the other way now comes Cleveland. Pittsburgh is really dominated. Louis Nanchoff stripped to the ball by Greg Ostalchik. Pittsburgh's all over that ball defensively.
Pittsburgh's picking them up at midfield, and that close marking is forcing Cleveland to play the ball back. And of course, Pittsburgh coming up very big here with the plays.
Here's Brett Hall coming back the other way. It's not Cleveland's style either to go back because Sobieski usually sends them forward. Here's a pass up for Louis Nanchoff, who heads it down for Hoskeby, broken up. It's Pittsburgh's style to use that goalkeeper and play it back. Here on the right side comes Topolsky. Adam into the offensive zone with a 2-0 lead. Cranks one. Sobieski dives to make the play. He'll toss it way upfield for Louis Nanchoff. Headed down by O'Hara. He had Topolsky.
John O'Hara's the ball bounced up, hit his arm.
Okay. I was wondering what that call was. Here's Hoskeby broken up again by Ostalchik. He was broken up about 3 plays so far in the opening quarter. For Kapka up the middle, running strong. Hoskeby running just as strong, almost breaks him up. Now Z lays it off well to O'Hara with room in the offensive end. Cranks one up high off the glass. It bounces down to Hoskeby, and he boots it way out of there. McKenzie on his horse to get that one. Heads it back to Joe Papaleo in the box. Joe Papaleo, who comes into this game with a very strong 3.96 goals against average, a 6-5 record, which is misleading. He's played well for the Pittsburgh Spirit. Here's Hagen cutting in. Cutting inside the box. Left-footed shot is blocked. Now Ostalchik follows through to Hagen in the box. Score! Dave Hagen from Greg Ostalchik. It's 3-0. Pittsburgh.
Raining hard. He was wide open. Got the ball turned and then fired to an oncoming Chris Sobieski, who did not get down quick enough as the ball slid underneath and Pittsburgh enjoys a 3-0 lead.
Time of the goal, 11:23. Hagen 16 from Ostalchik. John Kowalski at this point in time has to be one happy soccer coach. This team is playing well. Hey, you got to feel bad in a way for Sobieski because they're not helping him at all. You could see that one from up here as it developed. Ostalchik was open, they let him through, and he found Dave Hagen, who was let go as well. You can't give the other thing we should say, Pittsburgh earning their room. They're working hard. Papaleo with the ball in a 3-0 lead. This crowd fired up. Long toss upfield, that's really a giveaway. There's nobody there. Along the near wing side, it's Benny Dargle. Down to 3:05 to go. O'Hara steals. Opening quarter, 3-0 Pittsburgh up for Hagen. 3-on-2, but the Hagen pass stolen by Peter Miller. He starts back. Hagen almost runs him over from behind. Miller, an aggressive defender with 24 penalty minutes already. Sends one in, intended for Ferguson. He slowed down. In fairness to Drew, he's been bothered by a leg injury. Some doubt as to whether or not he'd play tonight. Ball played now to the right boards for Furphy. Lays it back out. Hagen got a piece. Now Miller chips it ahead. Almost a dangerous play. Very close, in fact. Ferguson now a header by Erhard Kapp, who's as aggressive as anyone out there. Does a nice job for Pittsburgh. Now on the left wing side, Benny Dargle. Off the boards, there was his right leg. We'll start things off, gives it to Furphy. Intercepted. Furphy trying to beat two men. Hagen takes it away with Child. They crisscross. Hagen goes wide right. A shot! Oh, what a save, Sobieski. What a devastating shot from Dave Hagen. Now Cleveland gets the ball. We've got a foul call as Erhard Kapp goes down.
Right into the face.
Direct kick.
And he went down very hard, but the call was against Pittsburgh, so it's Cleveland's ball.
I think it was away from the play because we just watched that replay and they were going toward goal and there was no whistle. In any event, Hagen and McKenzie coming back, a 3-0 Spirit lead. 2 minutes to go, opening quarter. On the right side, this is John O'Hara. Kapp stays out there with what appeared to be a bloody nose and all. Child trying to cut to the near wing boards. Peter Miller right on him. Miller pushing him to the boards is no call. Now Cleveland takes it away. Dargle up the middle. 3-on-3. Cleveland almost had a numerical advantage. I had to double check my count. Here's Ferguson along the boards for Craig Allen. Off the boards, Papaleo's got to stop it, and he does, or else Furphy was all alone. Up the right wing, there's a break for Pittsburgh. Hagen. Great distribution by Papaleo. Lead ball, McKenzie in the box, right back. Sibbies will walk it in. 4-0. Pittsburgh leads Cleveland.
Incredible play. Dave McKenzie making a tremendous run from his own defensive zone. Ball in. Chris Sobieski had no chance with a 3-0.
McKenzie had a great chance to shoot, but he made an incredibly strong pass. If Sobieski blocks it, they don't come up even with a shot on goal. But he makes the pass, and Sibbies, all he had to do was walk in.
Oriented, and this, of course, has been the mark of them all season.
And again, if this were hockey, Papaleo gets an assist. Great distribution. He looked ahead. They've worked with Joe on this for a good part of the year, and it's paid off.
You know, what's really working for Pittsburgh now is this transition game. They're breaking out very quickly, catching Cleveland off guard.
Ball played back to Papaleo. Just as we talk about distribution, Pittsburgh almost, if he was up and throwing, it was a great pass up the right wing. And that gave Pittsburgh a tremendous numerical advantage, and it caught Cleveland sitting back. Here's Brett Hall. Now shooting one wide off the boards. Cleared out by Kapka. One at Sibbies, broken up. Kapka battles hard. Goes off the boards. Louis Nanchoff trying to control. Broken up by Kapka, who does a great job of coming back.
John Palte, there's only 37 seconds left in the first quarter, and Cleveland does not have one shot on goal.
Here's Pittsburgh threatening right side to Ostalchik. I'd like to see him just keep him off the shot clock just to see what the crowd reaction will be once they realize it. Here's Brett Hall the other way. Up the right side to George Nanchoff. Blocked by Kevin Marr, and he fouled him. That'll be an interesting statistic to read over the public address system here. Here's Topolsky intercepting. Broken up. Adam will get it back with 15 seconds. Leads for Sibbies. In, running out from behind. Here's a lead for Topolsky. Blocked by Sobieski. It comes out to Sibbies. A shot went wide. Sobieski a little slow in getting back there. Down to 5 seconds. 4. This crowd is going to tell you the score. I don't have to. Pittsburgh leads 4-0. These people are going to be on their feet. Stay with us. We're coming back. This is the Spirit Soccer Network. Yeah, but this is a key quarter, obviously, for Cleveland to try and turn this momentum around. There's still plenty of time, obviously. But Cleveland's got to get into the game. Right now, they're not in it. Here's Hagen as Pittsburgh takes possession. Child cut down by Trevor Dawkins. And McKenzie, Hagen, and Sibbies for the Pittsburgh Spirit. Nothing for Cleveland, not even a shot yet. Here's O'Hara. Back for Erhard Kapp. For Child, back for Erhard. Broken up. Cleveland with the ball. Peter Miller. Starting to come back. Miller plays it on the right wing side for Benny Dargle. 14 minutes, 34 seconds left. Quarter number 2, just getting started from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, where the Spirit lead 4-0, and Peter Miller has the ball. Chopped down from behind by McKenzie, and the ball is played back to O'Hara from Erhard Kapp. Johnny O slides it right side carefully to McKenzie. Back to O'Hara, now laid right into the box for Joe Papaleo. Cleveland not putting any pressure on the Pittsburgh goalkeeper, so they allow him to play it up for Cap. It comes out now to McKenzie, and now from the red line is where Cleveland's starting to pick up their players.
Cleveland has to get organized defensively first before they can get into the game. They're laying back a little bit, wanting to see who's coming through and then picking them up.
Here's Cap, now drawing double coverage. Plays it back to O'Hara. John O'Hara, neutral zone, gives it up for Earhart. They try the give and go. The pass not quite on the money, and here comes Cleveland trying to come back. Hagen almost breaks it up. Now it is Craig Allen setting it back the other side to Benny Dargo. Up over the midfield line. Dargo and Cleveland looking for their first goal and first shot. Here's Miller off the boards to Keith Furphy. Turning, shooting, score on their first shot off of Papaleo's fingertips and in. And I was about this morning because he was never tested.
That's absolutely right. And that's where you lose your concentration. And not necessarily that was the case here, but he did have a hand on the ball, and he probably thinks he should have had it. But give credit to Fords. Johnny O'Hara was right on him on his back. But Furphy using his body very well, fake left, turned right, and then caught, shot to the far side, and Joe got down, but not enough to stop the ball.
Let's check out the assist is going to be to Dargo. I agree with you. Knowing Joe the way I do, I think he knows what he feels he should get. And that one was no exception. But he's going to be a bit rusty. He hasn't really handled that ball a lot in the opening quarter. Let's see, though, how Pittsburgh rebounds from that last goal or how Cleveland picks up. See if we can spot a trend there, Bruno, as Brett Hall has the ball right side to Drew Ferguson, looking for Haskavy. Haskavy looking for it again. Along the near boards, pushed back out to Brett Hall.
The important thing here is for Pittsburgh not to go in a defensive shell. Don't let that one goal disturb you. Just keep playing your game.
It's still Pittsburgh's game, and they've got to know that. Here's Topolsky intercepting. Good play. 4-on-4 coming back. Adam lays it off to Ostalchik at the red line. Brings it deep into the Cleveland zone, far boards. Cuts it back well. Topolsky there free. 50-foot of cannon. Great save, Sobieski. Headed back in, but right to Sobieski. He saw that one through a maze of players, and Topolsky got everything on that shot.
Give credit to Ostalchik, who was overlapping on the left side with the ball, but played the ball back because he couldn't penetrate.
Now it's Sibbies from Ostalchik, headed out by Haskavy. Good recovery by Haskavy, who'll also come back and play defense for you. He's a legitimate superstar in the MISL. He'll play at both ends. Here's Louis Nanchoff coming back upfield. Nanchoff tried to do it himself. He at least drew the foul. He was suspended for 10 days by this team, but now he's back in good graces as the Cleveland shot goes wide, and then on a rebound, Haskavy will score, and I don't think...
Haskavy was in the box, took the ball off the board. Joe Papaleo was caught on the near post, and Haskavy had no one on him and just volleyed the ball into the far net. And all of a sudden, we have a new game.
Haskavy's 22nd goal of the season on a rebound. Drew Ferguson will get credit for the assist. It was he that had the original shot, but it was off the... That's where Pittsburgh has had some problems this season. Right off of set plays on a quick restart.
That's right. That's where there's a lapse of concentration, and that's where Pittsburgh got caught that time.
I'll tell you what, you can see some confidence now with Cleveland as Allen comes up off the boards for Miller, and luckily he shot it in on the goal kick. Long one upfield, kicked away by Peter Miller to Craig Allen. They try to give it right back to Miller, broken up with a foul. Ball played back now to Papaleo. Pittsburgh lost it in Phoenix the other night. Cleveland won last night over Los Angeles at home. Last time these two clubs played. Dargo now clearing it out for Keith Furphy. Broken up by Earhart. Cap who plays it back the other way. Furphy was all over him. No foul call. Here's O'Hara from Papaleo up to McKenzie. Pittsburgh playing it, I think, a little bit cautious right now. They're stunned by those last couple of goals.
Indeed they are, and they're a little bit more patient now, and not to give up the ball in a defensive third or in the middle third, and they're just holding it, waiting for somebody to get open. There's
McKenzie now, playing it upfield for Earhart. Cap play back to Papaleo, now Furphy putting the chase on. Papaleo up for O'Hara. Great ball off the boards for Earhart. Cap. Here's a numerical advantage, 3-on-2. Earhart sprinting into the zone. Tackled. Nice sliding tackle by Benny Dargo, but Cap gets up, wins the ball, and is tripped up from behind, drawing a foul.
Onto the ball and regain their confidence.
Right now, we have Hagen, Pittsburgh, I'm sorry. Earhart Cap over the ball. Now he's going to wait. McKenzie will put it in play. In the box, Hagen with a great shot over the right shoulder. That came very close, Bruno, to a scissors kick.
Again, Chris Sobieski was not expecting that from that angle.
I wasn't either. That would have been a spectacular goal to catch everybody in the building off guard. Here's McKenzie now as the ball's all the way back in the spirit zone. 15 shots from Pittsburgh, 2 for Cleveland, but both of Cleveland's counted. Pittsburgh changing up here on the fly. On the left wing, Ostalchik. In for Zeke Kapka. Off the board, Sobieski missing it. Right side, Marr drills it way up into the upper deck. Los Angeles Lasers, still plenty of good seats available. Pittsburgh is expecting a decent crowd for that Sunday game. A lot of tickets already sold for that game. First 3,000 fans coming in get a gym bag from Budweiser. Now on the far side, give and go to Ferguson. Luckily hit the goalpost, but Haskeby does it. Great shot on the volley from Kai Haskeby.
Control the ball was an excellent combination play there. And Kai Haskeby, one of the all-stars to play next week in St. Louis, just took the ball off the boards and volleyed it first time in the upper left-hand corner. Papalea was totally stretched out. No chance on that one. You cannot call them there.
No, that was one of the hardest shots of the season. Ferguson is a guy that shot it wide, but it came out and Haskeby was unmarked. So the guy would be a closer game than certainly that 4-0 event that we saw in the opening quarter. I have to call it an event.
Indeed. I mean, you must remember Cleveland, they have professional players too, and they're not going to lay back and let Pittsburgh do a number on them, so they're coming right basically marking a man-to-man.
Kevin Marr will score coming back. That's a big goal. He got it off of
Bentham. It was a foul called in midfield. They were slow in getting back, marking up. Kevin Marr was wide open, took the shot, and again, Sobieski was beaten, and Pittsburgh scores a very important game in this first half.
Well, John Kowalski looks like a genius on that one because he just called a timeout and bing. They come back without the referee stopping and saying that's too fast, and that's what Pittsburgh did. Sibby's found Marr wide open running beyond the defense, and Kevin shot it in. 5-3 Pittsburgh, 9:17 left. Second quarter. Benny Dargle intercepted by Hagen. Bringing it up the left side. He's tripped from behind. A whistle, just a foul, they say. And for Kevin Marr, who's going to play in one more game with the Spirit before going to the Olympic team for 2 to 3 weeks, that's a big one. Marr's last game with the Spirit for the next will be against LA on Sunday. Here's Earhart Cap on the right side, looking for Dave Hagen. Broken up by Dargle. Cap heads it right back into the box. Hagen in there for Charlie, wants to turn. Broken up in the box. Boy, it was crowded in there. Dawkins now leaves it off for Sobieski. Chris looked like for a second he didn't know where to go with that ball, but now he gallops out, or slowly sprints out, as only he can do. He's the best in the league at coming out using those feet. Even better, I think, than the guy that he patted himself after, Ilieski of St. Louis. Here is Cleveland in the box for Dawkins. McKenzie blocks that. That's a good block because Papalea was screened. Now on the right side, Benny Dargle. Still, Cleveland has 3 shots and 3 goals. Furphy in for Peter Miller. Broken up by McKenzie. Calmly plays it back to Papalea. And now he leaves it out for John O'Hara. That last goal burst Cleveland's bubble a wee bit, but Pittsburgh can't let up. They're going to maintain that strength, that character, and that all-out hustle that characterized their opening quarter play.
Exactly. That last goal was a very big goal for Pittsburgh, and of course Cleveland now has to come back from 2.
Here's Hagen trying to cross it to Child, intercepted by Benny Dargle. Dargle on the right wing. Leaves it off for Peter Miller. 7:55 left before halftime, and it's a 5-3 Spirit lead. Keith Furphy cuts inside. A big shot just hit off the goalpost to the far side. That didn't miss by much. That was almost 4 for 4.
Both teams shooting from the outside. That's something that we have not seen too much this year.
Trying to catch keepers off guard and with screens, I guess, set up in front of them.
I think so too. With 2 defenders and a midfielder and maybe one of the forwards back, that makes it very difficult for the goalkeeper to see. And if you start shooting from the outside, and if you're on target, you can very easily put one in.
Papaleo feeds Adam Topolsky. They may catch Cleveland in a numerical disadvantage here. Here's Adam upfield. Bringing it outside the box. Kapka crossing it off the boards for Ostalchik. Now out to Topolsky. Joined on defense by Kevin Marr. Back in the neutral zone it goes to Ostalchik. Greg, right side boards for Topolsky. Back to Ostalchik at the midfield line. Ostalchik for Child. Bump from behind. Paul stays with it. Takes the bump. Grinds his way through to Marr. Now off the right wing boards for Kapka. Z. Fakes. Now pushes it back out to Topolsky. Again, the patience shows. Off the far boards for Sibbies. Lets it go for Ostalchik. Couldn't get a good shot away. It was blocked by Hall. Greg with a good play to flick it back to Kevin Marr. Louis Natchov sleeping that time. Now up for Sibbies. Cuts it near side. Topolsky heads it down. Ostalchik a shot. Save. Sobieski. And it's rebounded right into him by Drew Ferguson. Good all-around play, offensively and defensively.
Yes, indeed. Good patience by Pittsburgh and good patience by Cleveland defensively.
Sibbies on a steal. Now lays it out for Kappa. Shot off the boards wide. Comes out. Topolsky cranks one low. Blocked by Brett Hall. Topolsky chips it down to the box on the lob. Headed up high into the air by Ferguson to the near boards for Brett Hall. Broken up. Pittsburgh on it, but they foul. 6:09 remaining. Second quarter.
It's Adam Topolsky coming in very hard from behind, taking Louis Nanchoff down. Cleveland ball, direct kick, midfield.
On the right wing side, Bernie James looking for it. James plows in there, broken up, and now Haskeby has the ball. Sends it in the box, knocked down a couple times. Give credit to Topolsky and Kevin Marr. Back come the Spirit. On the left wing, Kapka. On the run, Sibby's heads toward the box. Ostalchik in the overlap, gets the feet, shot off the boards off Sobieski's back. With any luck, that could have bounced in.
And that was a great run by Ian Sibby's, who took the man away to the near side, which allowed...
For Papaleo, almost ran into... Sharpie almost ran into Papaleo, now for Sibby's. To Hagen, chesting it down outside the box, a shot wide. Nice try by Pittsburgh, but coming up empty. Here's Erhard Cap playing it back to McKenzie. Down to the midfield line, John O'Hara holding it. Spirit leads at 5-3. Up for Sibby's, great flick in the box. Cap saves Sobieski, and Cap is hurt. Cap is down, no whistle yet. What a collision that was, and Erhard is down. Sobieski hurt as well. You got to blow the whistle. Here's Dargalo coming back the other way. Here's Hagen turning it back, and
some players will play that to their advantage.
Even if it looks like a... But I've seen referees stop it before, but you're right, it's similar to hockey. You know, you wait for possession, but if a guy looks like he's in trouble...
I mean, he has great vision, great ball control. He can dictate the game from midfield.
He may get the crowd up on its feet before halftime. We'll watch. Here's Papaleo clearing it upfield, too far. Headed away now by the force to the near boards. Furphy up for Craig Allen. Now over in the far wing boards, this is Trevor Dawkins. Marked by Alberto. Luis pushed it away. Up for Drago Dembovic. His first shift. He can make things happen as well. Drago into the offensive zone, joined by Hagen. Drago cutting on the ball, right side. Lays it off for Dave Hagen. Hagen looks toward the box. Oh, he wanted to hit O'Hara, and Dembovic took the ball instead. Never saw Johnny. And O'Hara was wide open. That's a tough break.
That really is a shame, because O'Hara was, as you said, wide open. But Drago, he likes the ball. Of course, anything played within him, he's going to take it.
He thought that was his legitimately. Ball played in the box, and Papaleo saves on Craig Allen, who didn't get all he wanted on that one. Here's Alberto coming back, running upfield. From midfield, leads for Hagen, just missed. Intercepted Dawkins up the near side to Furphy. Keith Furphy cutting to the left side, blocked by John O'Hara. O'Hara to the near boards, blocked by Furphy. It's loose in the box. Luis Alberto toes it out of there. And now he'll get it back off Drago. Good lead pass for Dembovic. 2-on-1. If Drago can get there, he's taken down. And Sobieski comes way out. They collide. But Alberto sprung Dembovic.
What a great pass by Alberto. And again, that's that heads-up play, that vision that he has, head up all the time. Gave a good lead pass. It was only a diving tackle by Cleveland that saved it.
Good play by Cleveland. Here's Louis Nanchoff over the midfield line. Now Ostalchik is on. Pittsburgh trying to change. Far boards, it's Haskeby. A 5-3 Spirit lead, 3:07 left. Quarter number 2. Banged off the board. Sibby's trying to clear it out. He'll try it again. Haskeby getting physical in the corner. Now up for Ostalchik. Gregg looks, carries it over the midfield line. Now Sibby's joins the rush. Goes right wing. McKenzie in the overlap. Off the boards. Cleared all the way out by Cleveland. They could attack here. Counterattack, that is. Here's Haskeby. Open man on the right side. Louis Nanchoff tried to drill it inside. Broken up. Papaleo blocks it out nicely. Up to Kevin Marr off the boards, and Pittsburgh wants to counter. But they don't have the manpower strength right here. Lead pass intended for Sibby's. Brett Hall gets there, breaks it up. He may lose it. Now Hall does lose it. Help on its way, Ostalchik. Gregg sending it in the box for Sibby's, broken up. Ostalchik with another try at it. Gregg cuts inside. Kapka shot off the crossbar. What a great ball from Ostalchik to Kapka. And you still wonder how he even saw him open. Here's Haskeby coming back. Lead pass, and there's Kapka, the last man back to defend. That's amazing. And he was the guy that took the shot. He was already in the box and he retreated. That's typical.
Total team effort.
You come to expect it from Kapka. I think that's why he's so unsung. Here's Ostalchik. Now to Topolsky. Adam, loose just outside the box for Kapka. Saved. Sobieski off his left foot. Along the near side. I'm not even sure if Chris saw that. And now a foul.
At the head. Would all participants in tonight's halftime please report to Section A20. That's Section A20. Chipping, Spirit, direct kick, Cleveland.
Back live at the Civic Arena. John Paul Della Camera with Bruno Schwartz as Sibes is tripped up. Foul. 15 left before halftime. Even though Pittsburgh led at 1.4-0, I'm sure they'd be very happy to have even this 2-goal lead going in at halftime. Certainly not. And from Timo Lukowski's standpoint, he'll take a 2-goal deficit compared to 4 anytime.
And since John Kowalski called that timeout, Pittsburgh got back into the rhythm a little bit and started to control the game again.
Here's Kevin Marr, two of the very best coaches in indoor soccer working this game tonight. And they get great help from their assistants as well. Here's Dave Hagen outside the penalty arc area. Cuts it, then lost it. One move too many. Huskey takes it away. 2-on-1 as he cut around Marr. A bad pass will break that up. Pittsburgh very fortunate indeed. Huskey doesn't make that bad of a pass very often.
But we saw the superiority of a Huskey who beat Marr there.
That's one of the few times Kevin's been beaten badly this year, really, and it's only a veteran like Huskey, an all-star, that can put it right between his legs like that.
That's right. Kevin Marr wanted to win the ball at midfield, and you don't have to do that midfield. When you want to delay the game, the attack as long as possible, he dove in, Huskey made the play.
Here's Dumbovic on a diving steal, trying to put it between two defenders, and he's broken up. But I'll tell you, Drago's weakness is his defense, and when he makes a great defensive play, this crowd gets pumped. So they use that whirlpool out there and try to get that ankle a little bit better before starting this other half. Those look like, I didn't study what he was wearing in that first half, but those look like different ones. And he came out very late to start the second half, so I'm guessing that as well. Here's O'Hara. Now upfield for Luis Alberto. Luis chipping one off the far wing board, settled down by Trevor Dawkins, who at 38 is the oldest player out there in the field for either side. Up for Peter Miller, for Furphy. Furphy now lays it back to Sobieski, and the former Spirit goalkeeper sends it way upfield with the left foot. Pittsburgh knows that he uses that left foot a lot, so they're guarding against it. They're forcing him to pass that ball where he normally doesn't want to. Here's Hagen. Wanted Alberto and just missed him. Right idea, but it's broken up by Cleveland. Here they come. Attacking left to right this third quarter, trailing 5-3. This is Craig Allen pushing it back out to Trevor Dawkins. Dawkins off the boards for Furphy. Furphy off the boards near side, doesn't get it off. There's Hagen blocks it. Now in deep for Allen. McKenzie follows him all the way to the near boards. Allen wants to turn. Alberto in there to jam him. Allen will get it back. Gets his own ball off the boards, but Alberto took it away and gave it to Papaleo. Good play and a smart play by Craig Allen.
Yes, and a good recovery run by Alberto. Saw that Pittsburgh was in trouble, came back from the midfield.
All right, here's Luis from Dave McKenzie, who just changes up. Luis shooting off the boards, blocked. It comes right back in on a bounce to Sobieski. He'll roll it forward to Craig Allen.
You got a feeling Luis Alberto wants a goal. He's had the ball twice, shot twice.
Ball played back off the boards. Papaleo with it. Joe being pressured by Allen. He gave it up, and Allen, I think, kicked him. Looked like Craig didn't have to go all the way in on Papaleo, but that's the way it looked from up here.
A little professional harassment.
I like that phrase. First time I've heard it. Here's Topolsky. Shooting into the box, broken up by Dawkins, but Alberto with good hustle picks it up. Luis sending it out to Kevin Marr. Back for Luis Alberto, whose foul is here. Cleveland rivalry. And I think by the latest numbers that the Spirit have put into the building. On the right side, here's Adam Topolsky on the right wing boards to Kapka. Kapka playing it in, shooting it, and Sobieski got it off his left foot. There's a foul somewhere in there. But third quarter, Pittsburgh leads at 5-3 as Cleveland attacks left to right.
A little hectic there in the box, and anytime the goalkeeper gets roughed up, the referees are going to call it immediately.
Marr intercepting on that long feed for Haskevy. Kevin Marr pushing it ahead right side. Kapka off the right wing boards, and Sobieski gets it off the Carroll. He'll roll it right side to Drew Ferguson. Ferguson slowing things down. Played last year for the Buffalo Stallions. Picked up by Cleveland this year before the season started. He's trying to settle things down. Cleveland wanting to do a little bit of what the Spirit does, that ball possession.
Exactly. The next goal is very critical. It's 5-3. Cleveland doesn't want to get down again, so they're being very patient.
You can sense that they know that. Here's Kapka coming back. Right wing boards for Topolsky. Puts the brakes on. And Adam would have had an advantage, so he stopped play. Up for Haskevy. Broken up. Good aggressiveness shown there by Kevin Marr, who takes over the ball. Marr off the boards near side, fighting with a much bigger Bernie James. Kevin off the boards. Sobieski got a piece. It came out. Now it is Haskevy, bothered by Kevin Marr. Marr with some good work. Gives it up to Kapka. He's alone outside. Now cuts inside. Z drawing the crowd there. Out to Topolsky. Up into the crowd as he blasted that one.
Time 2:05, the first 3,000 men will receive an Nancy sports bag.
Nothing spirit, but the Force showed what they're made out of. They're not a first place team for nothing. They've come back. Ball played all the way into Papaleo, who's up and throwing it. Actually, a shovel pass out to O'Hara, out the left wing to McKenzie, all the way over to the red line of Cleveland. Gives it up for Alberto. Luis taking it in deep, stops on the ball. Plays it in the box for Child. Paul harassed and dumped. Play on, says the official, and Child cannot believe it.
That's right. If had they called a foul there that was in the penalty box, that would have been a penalty kick. And Templar, the referee, decided not to call it.
Child maintains his cool for now as Haskeby comes back the other way. Haskeby to the near boards. James back to Haskeby. Passes it in. Alberto on the intercept. Luis trying to spring Child. He saw him coming. Ball played back down to Papaleo by O'Hara. 10:45 left, third quarter from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's a 5-3 Spirit lead. Papaleo at the red line of Pittsburgh. Up the middle for Alberto. Luis quickly gives it to O'Hara. They work it back to Luis. Alberto takes a drive wide. I thought he was shooting it, I think, off the boards to get his own rebound. As I take a second look at that, that's my guess anyway, but Cleveland is coming back with the ball. Luis shot it wide and then went right for it. Here's Furphy going after it. Near boards. Blocked by David Hagen. Here he comes out. Hagen came right out of the pack. Hagen going all the way to the right wing boards. Runs it into some open space, stretching out the defense. Now Alberto is free. The ball played to Luis outside the box. Back on the right side for O'Hara, just a shade off. Johnny scrambles back to get it in the neutral zone.
I'll tell you, that Dave Hagen, he's a workaholic. I mean, he dug the ball out of the corner, he went end to end, and he still has it.
He's a younger Paul Child. Really is, I think, what you've got there. Both play a similar style. Differences in age and inexperience or experience, depending on who you are.
Tremendous work rate, goes under 50% all the time.
He's a good one now. I think he will be a great one indoors. Ball played off the boards inside. McKenzie bangs it out to the near wing boards area. Craig Allen pushing it out for Peter Miller. Watched by Luis Alberto for Benny Dargo. Outside the penalty arc, putting it into Allen. Wants to turn. Pittsburgh doesn't let him. It's banged out of there. Here's Child. Playing it off to Luis Alberto. Luis with a man on him. Now two. Clears it out with Peter Miller on the intercept. Miller takes it around Alberto to the right wing boards. Miller bothered, shoots it in off the boards. O'Hara with a flick, and Papaleo springs out to get it.
Again, excellent defensive play by Johnny O'Hara, who's really, literally marked Craig Allen out of the games thus far. He's been not a factor.
That's a good point. Some of that I'm not seeing. It's away from the ball, but a lot of it is on the ball. Like your comment. Here's Kapka off the boards. All the way to the far side. Here's Ostelchik. Sending it back out to Topolsky as Pittsburgh changes up on the fly. Adam cranks from 40. It's blocked. It'll come down to Sibbies. Try to push it carefully to Ostelchik. Greg broke it up. Sibbies turns, fires it off Sobieski. Topolsky came in and then had to put the brakes on. And a clearing pass comes all the way to the other side in the offensive end. Allen blocked, but Furphy picks up the rebound. He's going to be free toward the box. Shot blocked by Kevin Marr. Furphy holding on to Kevin Marr, and you got to call that. And they do. Here's Topolsky with a lead for Sibbies. It's off the mark. Sobieski way out. Can't get it. Now Sibbies plays it out to Ostelchik. Sobieski retreats in a hurry. Ball played in the box to Kapka. Doesn't get there. Broken up. Kapka steals it. Almost had Sibbies wide open in the box. Here's Kapka and Furphy. What a battle that is. Both guys using their arms. No call either way. On the right side, Topolsky 40 feet away in the box. Kapka to Sibbies. Save! Off Dargo. Sibbies wanted a handball, but from up here, I thought it hit Dargo in the waist area. I didn't think his hand got up. I may be wrong. Here's Marr on the right side. To Kapka off the boards, but Sobieski is there.
Action opening up a little bit here as going from end to end. Both teams trying to get that next goal, which is also crucial.
They both realize how big it is, to say the least. 7.5 left, third quarter. Pittsburgh 5, Cleveland 3. Here's Bernie James bringing it up over the midfield line, attacking left to right of Cleveland. In for Haskeby, marked by Kevin Marr. The turnaround doesn't get there. Topolsky with it. No injury report on Earhart Cap, but he did hurt his left foot and has not played this half. I don't even know if he's on the bench right now. I don't see him on the Spirit bench. He might be in there somewhere. Ball played it now to Ian Sibbies. To Kapka. Nice cutting the ball, but then they lost it. Cleveland coming back. Louis Nanchoff with Kai Haskeby. Even Nanchoff looked back to see if there's a foul. Topolsky with a good sliding tackle. For Ostelchik. Brett Hall breaks him up. Hall holding it, and now Cleveland wants to set up.
That was a good defensive play by Ian Sibbies at midfield. He just channeled him right into Topolsky, and Topolsky won the ball.
On the left wing side, Stalchik blocks Louis Nanchop. Now Cha comes in, fouls him. Free kick, Cleveland. Nanchop off the boards. That was a giveaway. I'll tell you, Pittsburgh was ready for that, but Cleveland wasn't. Haskeby didn't expect that ball.
I think Nanchop was a little bit frustrated. He got fouled there and just kicked the ball away.
He did it quick, but with no purpose. Here's Hagen now on the right wing, deep in the corner, cuts inside. His shot hit off the top of the crossbar, but I believe it first struck Sobieski's hand.
But what a move off the boards. He took the ball behind his heel and then fired with his left foot. Caught Sobieski by surprise, but the ball hit the upright.
Did Sobieski get that first, did you think?
I don't think he touched it. I don't think he was
That's how quick it was, because both of us have the same angle and we differ. And you could be right. Here's Haskeby. It's faster than the speed of light as Hagen clears it out. Just like a blink of an eye and you could miss something in indoor. Bernie James all the way back to Sobieski. Now on the right side to Benny Darko. 5:40 to go. It's been a typical Pittsburgh-Cleveland rivalry. And it has been intense. It's been rough. They haven't called as many fouls as I think we may have called from up here in the press box. But they let things go both ways, which you can't complain about. Here's Dawkins. Getting by Alberto, a shot low, fingertip save. That's a big one. I think that's his best move.
He got down very quick, right? Low hand, low side, was able to punch the ball wide, and of course Cleveland now has a corner kick.
Off that free kick, it's played out to Furphy. Give and go doesn't work. Child breaks it up. Furphy stopped on the ball. Here's Child coming back with Hagen. 2-on-2, and then Cleveland retreats two other players in support. Child off the board. Sobieski was coming out. Miller will get it. Boy, Cleveland looked pretty bad on that, having four guys back there. They almost let a cheap one get by. Here's Allen. Alberto strips him of the ball and plays it right back to Papaleo. Good play by Luis.
Cleveland trying to open it up a little bit. Allen staying in the attacking third, stretching this play from end to end now.
Here's Luis now for Dave McKenzie on the near side. In for Sibbies. Back for McKenzie. Mack trying to bring it into the penalty arc. Broken up. Ball played by Keith Furphy. On our USR out-of-town scoreboard, Baltimore now is taking a 2-goal lead over Wichita. They lead 5-3 in the third quarter from Baltimore. Dawkins now with a lead ball off the boards for Furphy. Kapka will kick it. Not out of play. Now it goes out of play.
Each other.
And neither one being able to put the other one down. That's right. Good analysis. Good comparison as Furphy tries to bring it off the boards. Missed it. Here's Kapka. Right side, Sibbies. To Ostalcha. Great play back. Kapka is down. He was stunned by a hit. In the box, Sibbies. Shot it wide off the boards. Didn't crank that one the way he wanted to, but I'll tell you, Pittsburgh had a nice advantage, despite the fact that Kapka took a shot and went right down.
What a great pass from Greg Ostalcha with the outside of his foot. Made a diagonal pass that split the Cleveland defense. It's just too shame that Sibbies didn't get a ball out.
Yeah, Furphy just stole the ball from Mara, and Papaleo covered up for it. Pittsburgh has not made many mistakes, and right there is where Papaleo covered. Very well, too, because that could have been a devastating goal. That would have been a real big one. USR out-of-town scoreboard. LA has tied New York 4-4 also in the third quarter. LA comes in on Sunday on Budweiser Gym Bag Day. First 3,000 fans get a nice gym bag from Budweiser. Along the near boards now it is Ian Sibbies. Holding it. Right side, Kapka free. Save! Sobieski! It's still loose. Kapka was banging at it. Now finally the whistle blows, and you've got some tempers flaring in the goalmouth area. Dargo and Kapka and Peter Miller had some words as well for the Big Z. I think Kapka wanted to make sure, because that first game in Cleveland, they took one away.
That's absolutely right. That was on Luis Alberto, which would have won the game for Pittsburgh.
The ball was
a lot
loose.
of extracurricular activity there. He did not have Sobieski, their keeper. Had a couple words there to Z Kapka.
Kapka got a few whacks, and the last whack, I think Sobieski may have had it, but not in the first sequence. Here's Louis Nanchop now back the other way, but Ostalchik rides him off the ball. Greg to the near side for Adam Topolsky. Good lead ball. Kapka will run onto it off the boards, far side. Now Mara overlapping him, but Z will shoot it. He's blocked. On the near side, it's Louis Nanchop. Coming back the other way. Louis over the midfield line, and his crowd starting to pick up Nanchop 40 feet away. Blocked by Ostalchik. Kapka turning it back for Ostalchik. Could be a numerical advantage here, and it is. 4-on-3 on the right wing. Ostalchik leads it for Topolsky in the box. Shot is blocked. Brett Hall may have saved the goal right there, and here's Cleveland countering. It's opening up now. Ball played far side. Huskabee, great pass back. Ferguson, tremendous save. Papaleo, the save of the night. And that has the crowd going. Cleveland Cleveland steals it back. Haskavy shooting it. Save. Papaleo. He'll clear it off the boards. He made the save of the night. Haskavy crunched to the ground by Kapka, but I'll tell you what.
Great save.
Free kick. Haskavy will score. Haskavy scored on a free kick.
And it's a 5-4
That's
game.
the only goal of this quarter, Bruno.
That's right.
Cleveland's telecasters, Nev Chandler, Jack Horgan, told me before the game, watch out for Haskavy on those free kicks. He's been deadly. I think he scored on 6, and that would be 7 off a direct kick.
Well, he already has a hat trick tonight.
Tonight he does. Ball played up for Child. Paul Child with it. Sending it far boards toward Hagen. Cleveland has never led and has never tied, so we'll see what happens here with 1:47 to go in the third quarter. 5-4, Pittsburgh leading it. That goal unassisted, Haskavy at 12:44. Here's Furphy right wing. Furphy cuts well on Alberto. Shot off the boards, it's loose in the box, and Papaleo comes up with it. Rolls it. Up for Luis Alberto. Pittsburgh trying to mount an attack. 1:30 to go. Third quarter up for McKenzie. Good ball. Mack shooting it wide. Picking it up in the rebound. Hagen can't get a shot away. Banged into the boards by Craig Allen. That draws the foul. As Alberto led him, and Mack just ran onto that ball, made a good run toward it. Here's Alberto to McKenzie. To O'Hara. Unmarked from 45. Takes a shot. It's deflected in front off of Hagen. I think he tried to direct it into the net and actually misdirected it.
We've got 1:12 seconds left in the third period. Very important here, this crucial stage of the game for Pittsburgh to really hold the possession, work for that good percentage shot.
Here's Johnny O'Hara, deep in his own zone, plays it back to Papaleo. Peter Miller after him. Papaleo clearing it up the right wing boards. And it will go into the penalty box here, so Pittsburgh loses possession. 55 seconds left. Quarter number 3. Furphy plays it back out to Trevor Dawkins. 5-4 Pittsburgh. We may owe you a commercial break if we don't get one here. This game has been moving pretty fast, and that ball's been staying in play. Furphy gets by Alberto, brings it toward the box, cut down. Nice play defensively, Hagen. Up for Child. Child will lead it in the right wing. 34 seconds left. Everybody trailing. Child's shot, though, is scooped up by Sobieski. Long toss upfield. It's 3-on-2 if Cleveland gets it. Miller leads it for Furphy. Plays it in the box, but Papaleo gets it off the foot of Dave McKenzie, who made a nice play. Here's Alberto with 20 seconds. Into the offensive end. Gives it to Hagen, who's free for the moment. A shot blocked out by Trevor Dawkins. He saved the goal.
That's right, and Paul Child was behind Trevor Dawkins, but his foot got in the way.
Here's a Furphy shot blocked by O'Hara. Johnny will turn it upfield. Time may run out. 5 seconds left. 3 seconds, and now you know time will run out as he shoots one long and up high off the back of the glass. We owe you a commercial break. 4 Pittsburgh on the Spirit Soccer Network.
Ladies tonight to the Spirit Wives and Friends team who were victorious last evening in the Twickley Indoor Women's League.
8-24. They got to be loving it so far. Pittsburgh taking the ball off as it's a long shot from the near boards. Kapka on Sobieski, who has no problem with it. Pittsburgh attacks left to right this quarter. Cleveland right side to left. The ball played up for Drew Ferguson. Heads it down off the boards. Papaleo will get it on the Karam. Lays it on for Ostalchik. Greg plays it back to Joe Papaleo. He's got a man on him tight. Gives it up. Ferguson, 40 feet out, blocked by Ostalchik. Here's Greg coming back. Right side, brings it into the offensive zone. Almost run down from behind to Sibbies. Ian off the boards, blasted it off the foot of Ostalchik and wide. Pittsburgh's got to finish now. They can look pretty, but they got to be able to finish some of these off. Off the board, Sibbies couldn't quite kick it free, and Sobieski will get it up for Haskavy. 5-4, Pittsburgh leading it. 14:08 left. Start of the fourth and final quarter from Pittsburgh. Upfield, here's Drew Ferguson. On the right side to Louis Nanchoff. Nanchoff for Kai Haskavy. Haskavy to the far wing boards. Bangs it in off the boards, but Papaleo is right there. And Joe will be looking to toss upfield. Way upfield it goes. Intended for Sibbies, but boy, Bernie James creamed him and dumps it way upfield for Louis Nanchoff. Open man on the left wing. Nobody sees Ferguson. He'll score and tie it. 2 defenders on one side of the field. And
They're a little bit sluggish in coming back on defense. After Joe Papaleo had released the ball out, no one, Cleveland intercepted totally unmarked and had no problem in putting the ball up over Joe Papaleo's shoulder underneath the crossbar, and we have a tie game.
Ferguson's 8th of the year. They're going to give the assist to Louis Nanchop, and I'll tell you what, Bernie James made a great play in getting that ball upfield. Now it's tied at 5 for the very first time tonight. Pittsburgh a bit on the ropes. So Cleveland, if we go back to the boxing stage that Bruno Schwartz set for us, has delivered the last 2 punches, and they've staggered the Pittsburgh Spirit. Pittsburgh down, but not out. It's still 5-5. Here's Dave McKenzie into the offensive zone. Off the boards, loose ball in the box. And now clear to the near wing side. This is Furphy trying to clear it off. Now it's Child on the intercept at the red line. Pittsburgh attacking left to right. Child holding it. Has Alberto with him. This is Luis. Plays it back out to McKenzie. Led it for O'Hara, but now it's Alberto that will take the ball. Luis back to Dave McKenzie, 60 feet out. Far boards. Mack lifting it into the box, headed down by Trevor Dawkins. McKenzie follows it up. And now Mack will play it back the other way to John O'Hara. Dawkins will make a target on the intercept. Up for Craig Allen. It's 5-5, 12 and a half to go. Here's Keith Furphy shooting it. McKenzie blocks that. Furphy was shooting it from way out. Alberto now on the left wing side to Dave Hagen. Lead up for Paul Child. Pittsburgh's going to go back to the basics. The things that they were doing well that gave them the lead early. Up for Child from Alberto. Blocked by Benny Dargle. And now Sobieski will roll it forward.
It's a great defensive play by Benny Dargle there, but taking Paul Child, putting him down, and forcing him wide not to get a good shot off from goal.
Dawkins now up for Louis Nanchop. Right side for Craig Allen. McKenzie on him. Broken up by McKenzie up for Ian Civies. Here comes Ian. Back over the midfield line. Pass to Dave Hagen. Hagen brings it to the offensive zone. Waits, now feeds to Greg Ostalchik. Ostalchik in the box for Civies. He's cut down in the box, but players were going for the ball. Brett Hall and Sobieski both, so actually it comes out as a nice play all around.
It was a 50-50 ball, and no foul called. And Civies, of course, the lighter of the two, just simply went up in the air.
That would have been a tough call, I think, to call that one as a penalty kick. Cleveland would have been up in arms. Papaleo with a toss upfield broken up. And now we've got a whistle and a foul. Watch that. We were saying earlier, he's improved that part of his game. He really has. There's Marr coming back. Cutting to the box. A shot save. Sobieski. Marr really drilled that one. Pummel that ball.
That one had so much power in it. Sobieski could do nothing but parry the ball.
Ostalchik in for Civies, blocked by Sobieski. Now James clears it but not out. Here's Topolsky to Kevin Marr, far side boards. In for Kapka, can't do anything with it as it's kicked away by Haskavy in a 5-5 tie. 10:54 left, fourth quarter. From the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, where nearly 9,000 are watching this one. Here's Adam Topolsky at the red line. Topolsky. Holding it. Back to Greg Ostalchik. Still in it, short of the midfield line. Long ball for Kapka. The Polish connection out there trying to get one back on the board for Pittsburgh. Z playing it back to Kevin Marr in the neutral zone. Looking to the near side. Nobody was breaking on that side. And 2 players are going to go off. Haskavy upset with Kapka. They're really having some words. Did you see what happened off the play, Bruno?
I most certainly did. They were both going at each other for the last couple of minutes. Each one.
38.
Back live at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. John Paul Della Camera with Bruno Schwartz. Pittsburgh 5, Cleveland 5. Penalties for unsportsmanlike conduct, each on Kapka and Haskavy as McKenzie sends a long one into the far boards to O'Hara. Let's see if this opens it up a lot with 4 players aside. O'Hara with a shot wide off the board, sent back to Sobieski. He's out of his net. Child putting the pressure on Hagen, heading it back. Furphy, apparently they're not calling a handball. I thought he got a loose hand, but they're saying no. Here's Dawkins upfield to Craig Allen. Trevor Dawkins at the midfield line. Benny Dargle up the left side. Intended for Allen, wants to turn on O'Hara. Craig Allen slowed down by Johnny to Furphy. A shot wide of Papaleo. That ball started to spin. Started to scare us up here. Here's McKenzie battling with Allen along the boards. Allen winning it, and McKenzie tackles him down to 5. Free kick. Pittsburgh's got to be ready for this one. They have not been ready for others.
That's right. This is where Cleveland's been very dangerous.
Furphy laying it back out. Trevor Dawkins holding it. Back out to Dargle. Played into Allen. He wants to turn. Can't. McKenzie blocks him. Up for Hagen. Davey Hagen running by himself at the moment over midfield. Brings it into the offensive zone where he's almost tripped up. Hagen now lays it out for O'Hara. Johnny holding it. On his right foot, he'll lay it back to McKenzie in the neutral zone. 9-10 left. Fourth quarter, tied at 5. Mack to the near wing boards. Now with some room, try to get a rebound off the boards, but Sobieski smothers that. Rolls it right side to Keith Furphy. Both teams slowing it up. I mean, if they get a break, they're going to go for it. But otherwise, they're both playing pretty deliberate right now, slowing it down.
Both teams, I think, are a little bit tired. Of course, with 4-on-4, that increases the workload for both teams. So they're very cautious about going forward. Everyone is matched up man-to-man. So what you're looking for is a wall pass or a give and go. You want to pass the ball past your marker and then try to get the ball back.
On a back heel, McKenzie says no to Craig Allen. Nice play defensively. Here's Mack running it. Into the offensive zone, 3-on-2. McKenzie fakes, cuts into Hagen. In for Child, right back to Hagen, a bit off the mark. Nice idea, but it doesn't get anywhere. Here's Hagen now coming back. Davey Hagen outside the box, right side, plays it out to Kevin Marr. Now Topolsky joining. Pittsburgh in too close to each other, now wanting to spread out the defense. And now they do. Hagen holding it, cutting inside, a shot off the fingertips of Sobieski. And I don't think Chris was expecting that one. Penalties are over. That's why we had the 5 players back. Action was going so fast I hardly noticed that. But even when those penalties were over, there was a lot of congestion in the box, and then finally it was spread out when Topolsky came on in place of another defender. Here's Louis Nanchuk, attacking right to left, stops, really stops at the midfield line. Now plays it in toward the box for Haskavy, heads it to an open spot, actually. There's nobody there. Topolsky now will pick it up for Ostalchik. Greg back over the midfield line for Kevin Marr. Haskavy on him now for Ostalchik. Foul on Kai Haskavy. Quickly Ostalchik puts it in. Hall went down, compliments of Kapka, but Cleveland gets the ball. On the near side, it's played back to Bernie James, last year's top defender in the MISL, to Sobieski, now on the right side to Brett Hall. By the way, tickets available for the Sunday game against Los Angeles at all choicey locations, including Compton's in the Record Outlet stores, and here at the Civic Arena box office at Gate 1. Off the boards near wing, intended for Haskavy. Block one, so bounce back. Haskavy plays it back the other way. Now to Bernie James. Same 2 teams, by the way, will play each other Thursday, February 23rd. It's a 2-for-1 night. If you can get a hold of a coupon, a discount coupon, you can get that at the Spirit office or call them. They'll send it to you. Here's Kapka coming back, shooting it, blocked by Bernie James. Far boards, Drew Ferguson. Clearing it upfield for Haskavy. Looking to set things up. Blocked by Kevin Marr, banged it off his toe. He'll get the pass back on the give and go. Gives it up though as Brett Hall is there. Hall taking it now on the right side to Bernie James. You know, as the fatigue sets in, Bruno, substitutes from that bench may hold part of the key to winning this one.
This is where the depth comes in, but also when fatigue sets in, the skill level breaks down and the concentration level breaks down, and we'll see which team breaks first.
You may not see any subs either. Both coaches may deem it unwise at this point to bring in somebody cold or colder. Here's Ostalchik. I don't think you can fault the coaches either way. Whichever they go, they're justified in their reasoning. Here's Ostalchik to McKenzie, just a shade off the mark. Little was taken off that ball. Here's Allen trying to turn on O'Hara for the first time tonight. He does. Brings it in toward the box, and Papaleo clears it out. It's picked up, though, by Louis Nanchuk. Trying to cut inside. He's taken down by McKenzie. I can't believe there's no foul. No one in the building can believe that. But a great play seconds ago by O'Hara and McKenzie not to foul because it would have been a penalty shot, and Papaleo for not giving up. Here's Hagen shooting it high, just hit off the crossbar. Marr will head it down over on the far side of Dave Hagen. This crowd has really got their emotions charged for this one. Hagen cuts inside to the box. The shot blocked by Furphy. Hagen again. Lays it out to Kevin Marr. Kevin Marr bringing it in. Left-footed shot high off the glass. Marr may get his own rebound. Takes it to the left wing boards. Off the board, Sobieski can't handle it. He and Child run into each other. Back live at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. John Paul Della Camera with Bruno Schwartz, and Cleveland almost picked the corner there. Just as we were coming back from that commercial break, here they come again with Furphy. Trying to go wide. Alberto with a nice tackle of the ball. Comes away with it. Here's Luis on the run. Left to right. Up for Child. Played it back toward Hagen, but it was off the mark. Child scrambles for it along the near wing boards. Still tied at 5. 4:15 left. Intercepted by Allen, who takes it off of Paul Child. Pittsburgh 9-3 in this building. Lost a couple of tough ones in overtime on the right wing. Miller the shot save. Papaleo on the far side. Craig Allen battling with McKenzie, and now Child giving it up for Alberto. On the right side to Kevin Marr. Fans have gotten their money's worth and more in this building. I tell you what, every game, fans have had a great chance to use their emotions as Alberto was taken down. Craig Allen said, no, he's faking. The crowd noise is insupportable. Come up here, I honestly thought.
The referees are not about to call a foul now. This is nail-based fighting time. Got 3:51.
Bob Bosmeyer's first shift of the night. So here we're seeing a substitution. John Kowalski putting some experience out there and some fresh legs in Bosmeyer. Now it's Topolsky. Adam. Out to Luis Alberto. Shot blocked by Furphy. Picked up by Benny Dargle. Pittsburgh not quite at a retreat yet. And now Dawkins gets by. 5. Must every game be this close, Bruno?
Well, this is a great exhibition of indoor soccer, and the fans are loving it. Listen to them.
It's the loudest crowd, not the largest, the loudest. This kind of a game would sell soccer on television, to say the least. Hopefully it's selling it on radio. It's a great spectator sport. Adam Topolsky and Haskavy collide, and that foul for obstruction is on Adam Topolsky. If Pittsburgh ever gets a goal, they may have to repair the roof because it may come down.
This is an obstruction call, indirect kick, Cleveland.
Here's Haskavy to Brett Hall. Watched by Ostalchik. Hall's shot muffled by Ostalchik, just like I muffle those words. On the right side, here's Topolsky coming back. Up for Ian Sibby. Pittsburgh needs a big play. Tied at 5. The give and go doesn't work. Read well by Drew Ferguson. Up in the right wing. Louis Nanchoff against Vosmeyer, one-on-one. Now joined by Ostalchik, gets free to the inside, passes to Ferguson, he shot it wide. Pittsburgh gets the break of the night as Ostalchik runs back in the counterattack for Sibbies. Cut down by Brett Hall, who is going for the ball, up for Haskavy. Haskavy tried to pass back, Vosmeyer cut it away. Haskavy again, plays it back, Sibbies on the intercept. Now Vosmeyer, back to Papaleo. Pittsburgh can look to the heavens and say thank you right there.
Absolutely. Bob Bosmeyer here at the end making a great tackle coming with the ball. Of course, he's fresh because both teams have been going at it with two teams, two lines all the time, and they're getting very tired.
Here comes McKenzie on the right side. He's on in a change. Mack along the right wing boards. It gets through, and Sobieski will come up with it. Down to 2 minutes before, should I say it, sudden death overtime. 5-5 is the score. Both teams trying to get some fresh troops out. Here's Allen. To the right wing boards to Peter Miller. Miller to the near side. Earhart Cap back on for Pittsburgh. Ball played in the box. McKenzie clears it. Cap's first shift this half. Somebody was racked along the boards. Was it Paul Child? And there's no penalty. I hope if they don't call a penalty there, I'd hate to see one call this game.
I think the referees right now, I have to say that they're afraid to call a penalty.
Yeah.
They're not about to determine the outcome of the game. They're going to let them play.
Well, like I say, I hope they don't call one now after that. Here's Allen trying to beat McKenzie. Mack doesn't let him. Mack off the boards. Pittsburgh wanting to counterattack. Here they come. Huggins free on the right side. Kevin Marr will lead it. Marr to the offensive zone. Cuts inside. Cuts it well. Here's Cap. Turning. Shooting at him. Sobieski saved it. Here's Sobieski charging out to the red line. Now to midfield. Almost to the offensive zone. If he lost it, he was a dead man. Now Marr breaks it up. Murphy tackles him. No card. And I think
Sobieski had wandered all the way into the Pittsburgh defensive zone. He had to go back 90 feet.
That's not a wander. That's an expedition. Here's Hagen the other way. J.V. Hagen in the middle of trial. Played back to Sobieski. You know, in fairness to Cap the other way, you could tell he had a hard time turning on that left foot, or else he would have shot it sooner. Now on the right side, here's Peter Miller. To Louis Nanchoff. Ostalchik steals it. 3-on-3. Greg on the fly. 30 seconds of regulation. A shot. Oh, hit the post. Rebound. Hagen sent it into the crowd. Soccer Network. Back in the live action, ball stolen. Sibbies and Kapka. Nice defense by Brett Hall to recapture. 20 seconds left in regulation time. Long ball upfield for Haskavy. Left wing Louis Nanshaw. 14 seconds left. Tries to cut inside. Cuts it inside. Haskavy shot it wide off the goalpost. Brett Hall turns it back in. Ostalczyk will get it up in the right wing. Kapka, 4 seconds. Looks like overtime. Zing into the offensive zone. 1 second. That's it. Boy, it ends in regulation. Tied at 5.
I mean, but at the end, it was Joe Papaleo who came out and put pressure on Haskavy. Otherwise, that game would have been...
That Ostalczyk's shot not hit off the goalpost. We'll take it to our end break and be back very shortly, and then no more breaks until this one's all over. Stay with us. We're coming back.
2 days away. 2 o'clock in the...
It's that far, but it hasn't gotten that far in this building. All right, in overtime, sudden death. Next goal wins it. Bosmeyer right side to McKenzie. Stevie Buttles, first shift of the night with Hagen and Paul Child. Up on the right wing side, Hagen as Pittsburgh attacks left to right in sudden death. Davey Hagen cuts to the inside, the ball spinning on him, puts it away to Stevie Buttle. Buttle coming in front, Child scores! To say what I was going to say, I would have missed the goal, but Stevie Buttle, I was about to say, a veteran you like to put out there, can make the big play, and he did it. He put that ball right in there. Nobody had Paul Child.
Paul Child was parked on the far post up behind the Cleveland defense, and Buttle, coming up for his first shift, was totally free, was fresh, got the ball and sliced and fired Cleveland's defense, and there was a one-touch pass, and there was a one-touch shot into the net past Sobieski, and Pittsburgh wins their second straight overtime game, and to the delight of these 8,000 plus, they have done the job tonight.
They are still up on their feet at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. This is a very big game for the Pittsburgh Spirit. They have cut the lead down to 2, and as the Spirit lead, they're applauding their fans. The most emotionally charged game I have seen in this building in 2 years by far.